I mean, when you look at what's happening in New York right now, the New York drill scene, you got guys like K Flock who are in jail right now over a murder charge.
You really got to, to me, Uncle Louch, you got to school me to who the fuck some of these people are. Don't get me wrong, like I'm pretty sure they're hot and dope, but you got to school me to them.
Well, I mean,
I know like the immediates.
Well, yeah, I mean, look at, for example, Bobby Shmurda and Rowdy Rebel, the whole GS9 thing.
Right,
You're familiar with them, I'm sure.
Right.
And look, they came out, they were talking big shit, and the lyrics ended up being used against them in court. And, Bobby and Rowdy are out, but the rest of those dudes are still locked up over that shit.
Do you agree with the lyrics being used against you type shit?
See, that's a tough one. That's a tough one because on a certain degree, yes, it is art. And it is, you're supposed to be making up things. You're supposed to be creative with your language and so forth. But sometimes, you actually can tie crimes to lyrics. For example, when you look at the Young Thug situation, there was a lyric where Young Thug talking about, I shot at your mother, now he don't mention me. And the guy he's beefing with publicly, YFN Lucci, his mother got shot. So that's becoming Exhibit A.
That go back to these young boys like, what the fuck are y'all doing, dog? Like saying all that shit in your lyrics, if that's the case. When we was, we're talking about like certain shit in our lyrics, but never to incriminate ourselves. That's crazy. Now it's like the cool shit to do.
Yeah.
And talk about who got hit and this and that. Nah, hell no, man. Where you do that at, man? I ain't telling y'all all this shit. And these cops even younger. So they paying attention and they listening to all. We had no internet. It goes back to the internet thing. We had no internet. We had none of that shit to where they could reference all that shit. It's different now, man. Them young cops, they ain't old as us. They know everything was going on.
Yeah. And one thing that, the Locks, and the Locks had a lot of beefs over the years.
Thank God they was a lot of them was hip hop, rapping.
Yeah.
Kind of beef. Some would say them shits ain't even beef, like if you want the truth. Because it stayed right there for the most part.
Well, right. I mean,
God has been good.
Yeah, you had the G Unit beef. But for example, no matter how much shit was happening between, these beef songs, no one was talking about smoking each other's, dead homies.
Nah.
You know what I mean? Like that type of shit I feel came afterwards during the whole Chicago Chief Keef era. And now you have everyone really doing that.
Right.
And it becomes a level of insult that's I feel like with me, if listen, I've been in hip hop now 20-something years.
Absolutely.
Right? I've got into it with people, I've worked it out with people.
Absolutely.
But a lot of times when the people end up talking about family members and so forth, it becomes hard to fix.
Yeah.
Because now you have that person, like your significant other or your kids or whatever else, and you talk about them and you're with them every day. This person you see a couple times a year, and you're going to have to explain to your family that you're cool with the person who insulted them.
Right.
Like it ends up being an unfixable situation.
Yeah. And then they're not even in it for that. Your family is like, yeah, you're right. They're sacred. They're sacred. Right. They, that's why I don't like a lot of my people's on like Instagram and social media, because like they ain't built for, like I'm built for whatever you're gonna say and do or whatever about me. Like you are too. Like you get what I'm saying? You don't want your family going through none of that. So I get how it could get sensitive. You know what I mean? But shit, man. I'll do this and that. I'm smoking on him and this, yo, dude, what the fuck? That's that young boy shit though, man. I ain't seen no old heads doing that. Not really.
No, not really.
It's all like young guys doing that shit, man. That's the new wave, I guess. I ain't on that wave.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we lost FBG Duck, who made a song called Dead Bitches.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Where he basically was talking about all the dead friends of all his enemies, and shortly afterwards he got killed. And the people accused of killing him are the people he was talking about.
I seen
Not
that
to say that it happened. Listen, at the end of the day, it's still an open case. I don't know, but I'm saying, like, from the outside looking in.
I seen that special on the joint with Van and all them, like the joint 50 drop. That was crazy.
Hip hop homicides.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That certain song kicked it off, huh? Our diss records back. See, our diss records back then was a little different. We was talking directly to you, and we made like regular comments, like, you know what I mean? I'll fuck you up, or I'm nicer than you lyrically, right? If you will, like our shit was like that. You can't fuck with me on the mic, or your whole, that kind of shit. Now it's a little different.